Hello everyone, welcome back. It's been a long time since I last posted, and an even longer time since I've been posting consistently. And I'm not going to go into all the details of that now because I'll be going through it later. It's kind of the whole point of this video. I've been away for a lot of reasons and I'll talk about that later, but hopefully I'll be able to start doing this again properly. I've done a couple videos like this in the past, and the concept is basically I talk at you while I'm arting, and then you watch me talk at you while you do art, and it's meant to be like we're hanging out, except you're not replying because you're wherever you are and I'm here. I've done a couple videos like this before, these like draw with me sketchbook session videos, and I think I've either mainly done them or entirely done them just when I've got something like important to say. But if you want me to do more stuff that's about like more fun things that we can turn into a sketchbook session, draw with me, paint with me thing, then let me know in the comments and tell me what you want to talk about. We could do like a Q&A, we could do I don't know, talk about cheese. Anyway, it's great to be back. Grab yourself, grab your sketchbook, grab a beverage, this is empty, and let's get into the video. And I'm doing a voiceover for the first time in ages, and it feels strange. I have my cat with me, I'm on the sofa, it's a lovely day. I mean, it's not really, it's England, but oh well. Today I'm drawing this, which is kind of, well, it seemed better in my head than it does on paper. It's like a slogan kind of thing, and it's meant to be about, like, starting over in my sketchbook, but it just sounds like I don't know, it just sounds really corny. It says, "I'm getting back to what I love." Oh, now isn't that sweet? And I was, in my head, I was planning on having some sort of witty, like, "Ha, I've sucked. Now I'm gonna actually do stuff in my sketchbook." But no, I've just said this weird, corny, like, I don't even know what, but oh well, too late to change it now. If you're drawing along or painting along or whatever you're doing with me, then let me know in the comments what you're up to. I'm very interested in the sort of thing that you guys are interested in. And if you're not, that's cool too. If you're just here for the sake of being here, or if you actually care about where I've been, then that's also nice. Thank you. And on the subject of where I've been, well, I've been at home, as always. I've not, like, gone anywhere. It's a bit of an extreme saying, to be honest, but there are two reasons that I've not been uploading. One of which is the bane of my existence, that is school, and the other one is the other bane of my existence, which is my personality. So, basically, I don't know how to explain this other than saying I have, like, phases, but that doesn't fit right either. It's like, you know how everyone has, like, multiple interests and multiple levels of their personality that they, like, weave into their life in a sort of even, do it every day kind of thing. I don't have that. Instead, sometimes I'm really into one thing, like, obsessively, and it's all I do for, like, a month or so. And then I'll move on to something else. And instead of doing what I like all at the same time, I, like, do it in sort of month-long sessions, and it's like a cycle that I go through, and it's actually kind of tiring, but I just got into doing other stuff other than YouTube. It's not really anything more dramatic than that. I got into witchcraft for a bit. That was an experience. And then I was exploring my other interests. I was, like, doing some video games. That was a thing for a bit. And then I was doing, like, music and stuff. That was also a thing. I didn't want to do YouTube because I was doing all this other crazy stuff. And now I'm back wanting to do YouTube, so no doubt at some point I'll drop off the radar again because I'll be off, you know, exploring my interests or whatever, but that's the main reason. The other reason is school, and I am in school because I am a child, and anyone who is in school or has gone through school will know that it's a pain, and no one likes it, except people who do like it, and good for you, I guess. That makes your life a lot easier. But it just sucks the joy out of everything. It's like you do 8 hours a day at school and then they're like, bam, you've got 12 extra hours of homework to do this week. And it's like, bruh, just give me like 5. I'd settle for 5, but no. But yeah, anyway, it's just school, you know? And then I don't have time to do other stuff like videos, which take forever. And don't get me wrong, I like doing videos. Like, the fact they take forever is kind of nice because I can enjoy it for forever. But then there's homework, which is like compulsory, and if I don't do it for forever, then there are consequences, and that's just why. I haven't had time to do it because I've had homework to do. And those are the main 2 reasons why I've not been uploading. And you may also be curious as to why I've started uploading again, if it's such a pain because of school and such. Well, basically, I just like it. Art is fun, and if I'm doing art and making a video at the same time, it's kind of like double tasking, and I feel productive, and it's nice, and then all you guys' lovely feedback is nice. And also because, well, right now as I'm saying this, it's actually coming to the end of the Easter holidays for me. But then the summer holidays is probably when I'm going to start posting again. So you'll be listening to this at the start of the summer holidays. And in the summer holidays, there's no school. And so I can do whatever the heck I want. And I don't have to I'll have some homework because my school's mean. And it's like, wow, time off. JK, here's loads of work to do. But I'll have way more time. And I'll just build it into my funnage that I'm doing in my free time. But I'm still gonna have to motivate myself to keep going and like not get burnt out and stuff, because a lot of the time when my channel starts doing badly, it's because I look really miserable in all my videos, and that's because I'm forcing myself to do it. And I'm just gonna not do that, because what I was doing in that sort of end of summer, sort of autumn kind of period, is I was like, okay, you've got to make loads and loads of videos all the time because school's coming up and you won't have time when you're doing school. And so in the summer holidays, I just made like 1 million videos and like had a backlog to post when I went back to school. And I'm not going to do that this year because I hated it. It really sucked the joy out of making videos because it's like I was making like 1 every day, and it was really hardcore and time consuming and tiring. So I'm not going to do that. And I'm also not going to be too structured about the way I do it, because the reason I kind of got fed up with it around January, February time was because I'd started doing a series. I only ever did 2 episodes, and it was like a monthly journaling kind of thing. And it was taking up 1 of the 4 slots each month. And then I had another idea where I was going to do like I can't even remember what it was. It was like easy crafts or something like that. And I was going to do 1 of those every month. And then I was going to do... It was a different thing. It was like a drawing. I was going to do alternating months with illustrating my dream journal and then illustrating my book that I was writing. I'm not even writing that book anymore because I got sick of it. Like, I get sick of everything. But I only had like 1 slot to do whatever I felt like doing at the time, and I was planning too far ahead. And I just felt really trapped, and it was really it wasn't nice. And that's why I stopped doing it in January. And while I was away, I say away, I mean, while I wasn't online, I was not even just drawing in my sketchbook at all. I wasn't doing any art other than for school. And art for school is another reason why I've not been making videos, because art for school, it's like 7 hours per art homework. So that sucks up like a day of the weekend. And then, like, the other day I'm doing stuff with my family or whatever. And Anyway, I've talked about that. I need to move on from the school. I need to let that go and accept it as a part of my life. But anyway, I wasn't doing anything in my sketchbook because I'd started loads of stuff I didn't want to finish. It was like videos that I was going to make that I was preparing for. Then I didn't make the video, so I didn't finish the stuff. And so, because there was loads of unfinished stuff in my sketchbook, I was really demotivated and didn't want to do anything in it. And that stuff is still unfinished, but it's slightly less unfinished. I've got like 3 or 4 pages I need to finish, and I just need to like colour them in and stuff. But recently I've been remotivated to start working in my sketchbook again. I can't remember why. There was like a sort of eureka moment where something happened in my life and I was like, wow, sketchbooks, I want to do that. That's so cool. So that's, yeah, I'm starting doing that again. And so there will be a lot of that coming up on the channel. But also, I think the next episode after this one will be a Wreck This Journal, because I haven't done one of those in what now is 6 months, but when you're watching it, it will probably be something like 7 or 8 months. And that's just tragic, because that's one of my favorite series to do. And I know a couple people of you guys also that is your favorite and you really like those, and I'm really letting you down by not doing them, but I'm gonna try and do those a bit more regularly. Maybe not like once a month, but at least once every 2 months. A couple other ideas of what I want to do is do more like OC content of my characters, because I love my characters and I have a lot of them in my sketchbooks, but I feel like I've not got enough videos that are like about them specifically. Like my main characters. I did a video a while ago, but like no one watched it. It was back in the days when I had like 50 subscribers or something like that. And it was me like redrawing old art of them. So I'm gonna like reboot that and redraw that old art and give you a bit more of a in-depth, like, their story and stuff. But I also want to do some like summer related things, because summer's coming up. Summer's nice, summer's inspiring. And last summer, when I was making the summary videos, that's when I started to get more, like, subscribers, and that cash money that I don't get was just rolling in, and that was also very fun, so that's what's coming up. I also am in the process of converting the spare bedroom in my house into, like, an art studio, which is fun. So far, the room's semi-cleared out, and the walls are painted. And that's about it. We need to do the carpet and get rid of the bed, but unfortunately the bed's also a storage device that has all the like board games and my old toys and stuff under it. So we just need to find a place to put all this, like, the crud that we don't need anymore, and then we should be good to go. But it's been ages since we've started working on that, so I kind of need to pick up the pace a bit. I've also working on like a big old canvas to put up in there, and I'm hoping that's going to be my background for where I do my intros, because the little room where I used to do my intros, you may have noticed that this episode I wasn't in that little room like I normally am. That's the, like, extension. What is it called? What do other people call it? The conservatory. I don't call it that, I just call it the extension. And that is... it's also kind of turned into a storage thing, like the spare room was, because we're moving stuff out of there and into there, so there's not really space, and also a couple of the plants have died, so it's a more, like, depressing area. It's just a brown sofa, and it's not as fun to look at. So hopefully when the art room's up, we'll have a bit more of a interesting background to work with. And would you look at that, I had a little list of bullet points of things to talk about, and I've already run out, so what else is there? Let's turn our attention back to the page in front of you. So basically, I'm painting. Originally I was going to colour the letters in with pencil because it's safer, and I like it more. As you would know if you watched my videos regularly, I don't like paint. I've never liked paint, and paint upsets me. But I had to do paint because I started doing it in pencil. You might have noticed that I was painting over pencil right at the beginning. But then I realized to get the deep saturation that I was after, I'd have to push really, really hard, and my hand was already hurting after just doing that tiny little bit. So I just thought, you know what, let's just do paint, and I can pretend that I'm working on some skills while I'm doing it. And I guess I was doing blending. I wasn't really doing color mixing. I already really had the colors. But yeah, the blending was okay. And the color scheme, it might look like rainbow, but if you're a cultured artist like me, you'll notice there's no blue. And I was determined to not have any blue because I did not want it to become rainbow, because I'm more cultured than that. So I have a bit of green, but other than that, it's just kind of warm purple and then all of the warm colors. And that's because, you know, summer and warm and nice. And the other reason I didn't use blue is because that's not typically a warm color. You can have warm blue, but oh well, it's easier to have warm purple and warm green. I was also doing some touching up off camera. I was getting a black pencil out because, well, pencils are my life, but also because the like rainbowy, no, why did I call it a rainbow? I was just going on for 5 minutes about how it's not a rainbow. The colours of the colourfulness of the paint was accidentally going on the black, and I needed to like neaten that up, so I just went over that in black pencil. And then at the end I added some highlights off camera, which you'll see. I'm starting to think that maybe it would have been wiser to have the art I was doing in this art with me be finishing up all that stuff I mentioned from my sketchbook that wasn't finished, because that's also kind of on theme of, you know, starting again, I guess. But, you know, the letters, I mean, like, the words, yes, they were corny words, but, you know, to look at, if you can't read, if you're illiterate, it's actually pretty good, because I do quite like this. I think it looks nice and, like, tasty. It looks like sweets in summer and, like, nice. So if you can't read, it's perfect. And on that note, we're coming to the end of the video. I actually am pretty happy with the results, and you'll see the final thing with all the highlights in a second. There we go. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!